and it brings a smile to my face. All that beckoning, Nox. You're going to be regretting that possibly by the end of today. Uh,
You should see his Steam chat.
Oh
his
my
Steam.
god.
Oh
Um,
man.
so what do you pick when your other team has an ancient apparition? The answer to that is healing. Excellent against an AA. But I think this is going to indicate that they want to aggressive tri-lane. Like typically, the biggest weakness of Void is it's a very bad laning hero.
Hmm.
So they're going to try to aggressive tri-lane, probably put the Lycan mid, so that they can put pressure on the Void early on and ensure that the Lycan stays ahead of the Void and farm. And Witch Doctor is very good aggressive tri-lane support, so I'm guessing that's why they're going to pick it here. I mean, there's really no other reason you would ever pick this hero against an AA other than like the plan to aggressive tri-lane. I guess there's a little bit where the ultimate is good against Void. Like if the Witch Doctor is outside of the Chrono, then he
Hmm.
kind of prevents the Void from benefiting from the Chrono. But I don't know. That's a little more suspect.
Yeah, it's going to be possibly quite hard as well to pull off, and Witch Doctor's positioning is going to have to be absolutely exceptional, I think, to make moves happen like that. Let's see, we've got the last ban here coming from Ichigogogo, and it is going to be the Prophet, so we're not going to be able to synergize, well, have that hero to synergize with the Lycan. Unlucky for energy, but do you think maybe a Shadow Shaman, something like that, might be in the books here for
Yeah,
energy?
Shadow Shaman's pretty. I mean, like I said, I my suspicion of why they picked Witch Doctor. Now it could just be that like, oh, Witch Doctor is a support who's so good against Faceless Void, and that's why they picked him. Because like I said, I can't always get in the head of these players, but based on what I'm assuming, which is that the Witch Doctor indicates aggressive tri-lane, I definitely wouldn't pick Shadow Shaman because it's very weak aggressive tri-lane support.
Hmm.
So no, I would be looking at something more like. It depends what they want their core hero to be. I mean, if they are going to go for the Centaur, then they could very easily go for like something like a Shadow Demon, even though they're kind of lacking damage from their two supports and more setup. They just like have a lot of setup and no damage. I mean, it could still work, especially just because once the Shadow Demon gets level two, Disruption into Soul Catcher with the Centaur having Stomp and Double Edge is easily going to be enough damage to kill someone. But I don't know. Centaur overlaps poorly with Lycan, isn't very good against Void, so maybe that's not the answer. But no, I don't think I'd pick Rasta here. Maybe some other stronger aggressive talent hero, like Avenge as well, could be good.
Is the answer to Void maybe just continuous silence or just a silencer? Just
Yeah,
try
the
and
thing is, Void can just get BKB.
yeah,
Like since there's like I don't know, Void. I expect to get items, like I said, but there's no like items that Void really has to get, so he can very easily get away with getting BKB. So I don't know that silence is so much it. No, I think the answer to Void is just pressuring him early. Like he's very weak and doesn't do a whole lot by himself. And it doesn't if he doesn't have items chronoing people, it's not going to be a very big deal. Although obviously, oh, so is this going to be a mid Elder Titan to go against the Lycan, or maybe an Elder Titan support?
It's gonna be mid ET.
That's something this team runs as well.
Yep.
That's that's funny because Elder Titan's like the hero that we like to say that like it basically can't win in a lane against any hero in the game. Like it's not bad, but it can never actually win. So it's funny to like actually play ET mid where like I don't know, beating the other person is generally the most important thing. But I mean it'll do fine against Lycan here, so it's not such a big deal.
is it not going to be like in won't? I mean, sorry, Invoker won't want mid or
Uh well, I was still expecting that they're going to aggressive tri lane. I'm still working on that tenant. So in that case, it would be Invoker safe lane, like in mid, and aggressive tri lane. But I don't know. Maybe at this point they are going to safe lane tri lane again. Maybe they just picked Witch Doctor, like I said, because of the void.
yeah, yeah. And fourth hero for energy to come out. What do you need? Are you favoring the way you're talking? It makes it sound like you're favoring Ishigode, as you seem to be hesitant at the things they're making, but maybe you're just considering the way the last game went.
Well, yeah. I mean, no, I'm not favoring Ichigo based on their draft here. I mean, it's a little bit. Well, it's not weird actually. Everything about it is fine. The only thing that's kind of weird is the Elder Titan, but it obviously has synergy with the Void. Although I don't know, Elder Titan is typically a hero we use against agility heroes, not against Lycan, who has naturally not very high armor and is going to get a Vlad, so he's going to have five armor regardless of natural order.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's weird. But yeah, we do actually see the Enigma come out. So it is definitely going to be a mid invoker and a safe lane farming Lycan. Um,
Something they're
I
looking
don't know.
for in the
Enigma's
lane.
yeah. Now they're definitely looking for an offlane. I mean, maybe it's going to be tied, I guess, at this point. But yeah, that's going to get banned.
Yeah, this wombo combo for Ichigogo is going to be absolutely terrifying if they can pull it off. If Energy group up just a little bit too much, which they might want to because the Enigma is going to be trying for something special. I don't know. I'm scared because both teams right now are relying on the other team to group up, and there's the removal of the OD just in case, I guess. Or maybe they don't understand that the Elder Titan's going to be going mid, so they might be expecting a completely different hero to be picked. But as they get last
So,
picked, it helps.
Ichigo is the actual one who's selected to draft for the team? No, never mind. I can see that it's Inferno Koi who's actually drafting. Okay. Okay, he disconnected, so that could have been a problem. But yeah, I think they think that the Elder Titan will be. Well, I mean, the Elder Titan could now potentially be support. I mean, Elder Titan loses the lane to some extent against most heroes, but against Invoker, he's really going to have a hard time, especially if you were to have a Quas Invoker. Really going to give the Elder Titan a rough matchup. But so they could consider doing something else now, since I don't know, Elder Titan can support, but I think they'll probably pick a support of some sort here. I'm not really sure which one they want. Not anything that has an amazing synergy with their lineup at this point. I mean, I guess Rasta maybe for them would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Quite nice with Faceless.
Yeah. Wait, do the Serpent Wards get frozen in the Chronosphere?
Yeah, they do, but you can place them outside pretty easily.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
do some amount of damage at least to someone in the middle or your side of the void or the chrono. The thing is, the other reason they kind of need something like Rasta is they actually lack disables. I mean, their only disable on their entire team at this point is chrono. So having some sort of disable is usually a good idea.
What's going to happen in this pick? Does Inferno Koi is disconnected?
No, Inferno Koi is not the one who's disconnected.
All
Ichigo
right.
is the one who's
All right,
disconnected.
okay. I thought you said the drafter had gone. I was like, what?
I thought it might have been, but I was wrong.
Sand King as well. This is just combo written all over it at the moment. Durka, have you got any knowledge nuggets that you'd like to spill on this Ichigogo lineup?
Wombo combo?
Yeah. Pretty much.
I've seen them run ET mid and go utility, go mech after phase boots bottle. But again, Inferno Koi and the Darkseer, I've not seen them run too much of AA Sand King, but it fits their style quite nicely because they can farm well on the Sand King, prioritize farm on the AA, but also play aggressively with both of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey Durka, you
Yeah.
wanna so the other game, the 4 Love game has gone to 1-1. You'd like to maybe we jump in and cast the third game? I don't mind. It's up to you. It's up to Zoot.
I want to watch this game.
Okay, I'm gonna go cast that game.
Papa Knoxville.
So, well, Venom's going to come out here. Kind of a weird choice against a Darkseer because, like,
What you gonna do?
Yeah, he has Surge, so the only thing they have at all wait, no. It's going to be, so wait, is it an offlane? No.
Hmm?
Wait, so it's, I don't understand where one of these heroes is going. I guess it's maybe going to be like a safe lane Enigma.
Well, offlane Veno has been done before.
That's so weird. I guess, yeah, it's going to be an offlane Veno at this point, I think. Yeah, because Zera's going to pick up the Enigma. No, so it is going to be a core Enigma, and it's going to be support Veno. So I guess we're going to be looking at an offlane Enigma, a mid Invoker, and a safe lane Tri-lane with the Lycan. So, well, that took an unexpected turn. That's especially strange. I mean, maybe they will still just put one of the other heroes on the offlane, I guess. Like, they could still have Zera go there and random hero go into the jungle because he's just their Enigma player. But, like, I mean, alright, so they pick a Sand King. So you're like, okay, it's not such a big deal they have a Sand King because we have Enigma, he jungles faster. Or you're like, yeah, they picked a Sand King, so we're going to put pressure on them so the Sand King can't jungle. But it's not like they're going to aggressive Tri-lane at this point, unless it's going to be like an Enigma aggressive Tri-lane. Maybe they just figure Void's so weak that they'll aggressive Tri-lane with the Lycan, but I don't think that.
Right, Inferno Koi is on the Void at the moment. I guess Gron and Inferno are going to be switching around. Unless
Maybe they're trolling.
unless they're trolling, but I don't know if Energy's even aware of their specialities. I don't think that Energy's very not necessarily that well read up on Ichigo. At least that's the idea I'm getting from the last game that we saw. But I can at least introduce quickly the Energy guys. There's a point on Lycan. We've got Shanks on Invoker, and we've got Fnatic. He's playing on the Witch Doctor, Random on the Enigma, and Zera is going to be on the Veno. And we have got people slowly returning to the game here for the Ichigogo players. And yeah, Watson, I think he's going to be playing... I presume that Gron is going to be switching over to the Void, and Infernocore is going to be back on the Darkseer. Antab is going to take Sand King. Watson's on the AA. And who the hell was the last player again?
Elder Titan, Ichigo.
Elder Titan, of course. And Ichigo wants
But
to...
don't presume anything.
Yeah. Well, Gron likes to hit creeps, and the hero who sees the most number signs earliest in the game is Darkseer. So maybe he's gonna play the Darkseer instead. Who knows?
If though he does go on the Void and he does take he does farm as well as he did with the Luna last game, then it's going to be over potentially even faster. Have you got any favorable Void items that you think should be taken this game?
Well, if he's going to follow up what he did last game, going Midas into another farming item, Midas and Dominator, then this time it would be Midas into Battle Fury, or Midas into Maelstrom would actually be a little bit more of a real build, whereas Midas into Battle Fury would actually be the maximum greedy build. So I think that, to be perfectly honest, I actually think he will go Midas into probably Maelstrom. Yeah, no, I think he'll actually do Midas into Maelstrom into, well, the item that he should be getting that's so important, like I said in the draft, is the Aghanims. He has to get Aghanims against Void. That's against Lycan, sorry. That's why you pick Void against Lycan, is to get that Aghanim. So that's the thing that he has to do. Other than that, I don't know, BKB's kind of alright. It's not really necessary.
What's the actual bonus that Aghanims gives the Void's ulti? How much extra duration is it?
The duration actually only increases by a half second at level 2 and 1 second at level 3.
Okay.
So the duration's not the significant thing. It's just that it changes the cooldown to 60 seconds. So basically, it just allows you to constantly... it basically just makes it another spell, not really so much of an ultimate. You see the Lycan, and you can kill him. And it's very good against split push. It's good against Furion and good against Lycan, because you just go in the trees on that lane, and then you just jump on him in Chrono, and then kill him. And then if he goes somewhere else, when he respawns or someone else is split pushing somewhere, you can use it again, or you have it back up by the time you need to team fight.
Yeah. You can just go for solo kills then quite easily. You don't need to save that Chrono for anything special, because it'll be up for pretty much all team fights. We'll probably see some if he does get that.
The solo kills are really easy too, because you have an AA, so he can guaranteed always hit an ultimate on someone who's caught in the Chrono anywhere on the map, so it'll make it very easy for him to make those kills.
Yeah. Looks like Ichigo just coming back right now. So guys, thanks again for your patience. Guys watching, still tune in late here on this Friday night. This is going to be the last game streamed on this channel, although I think Knoxville might have said that he's going to be streaming the last game between Bravado Emotion and Full Love. So I'm probably going to end up tuning into that game once this one's over, if it's still going on at that point. And Ichigo still needs to select his Elder Titan. Looking forward to seeing the Elder Titan go mid. Last time I saw an Elder Titan go mid must have been about best part of, a long time ago actually, and I think it was something like Team Liquid just absolutely rattling another team with it. Just crazy solo mid performance that I can't remember which team it was, but they didn't expect it, and it was a game over in about 16 minutes. Right, here they go,
yeah.
Players moving.
The mech is going to be kind of important for his team, I guess. So the Darkseer could be getting it as well, so we'll have to see which one of them does decide to go for the mech. Actually...
Right, so Durka,
poor man.
Gron has gone Darkseer. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, on his last couple of teams, he did play offlane. He switched between offlane and carry.
Okay.
So it's not a massive surprise.
Feel free to talk in this game as well. You don't have to sit too much in the shadows. We can
it's the same with Infernocore. The last couple of teams he's played on, he's played carry, but when he's come onto this team, he's played offlane a lot. So both players, comfortable in both core roles.
30 seconds.
I think that's one of the strengths of this team. Antab used to play carry, but he's switched to support. Watson's, all of them can play all roles, and like I was saying earlier in the day, they used to be basically a pub stack of like 8 players that they'd rotate between them, and they can play any role they want to, whatever draft that they think up. They can switch people around into whatever role they want.
That's good. That flexibility is certainly useful. Got a bit of warding here done by box camp blocking from Energy.
There are a couple things to note as this game starts. One, so Energy is going to aggressive try line with a Lycan, which is basically something you never do because you want Lycan to get into Cuter. Obviously, after the early game, he's pretty much unstoppable, but they just consider the Void to be such a weak lane that it's working for them, especially with the dual melee. I mean, like, you've got Chilling Touch and 4 melee heroes on your team, so, like, Chilling Touch not going to be doing a whole lot. The other really funny thing is you've got an Elder Titan with a poor man's shield. It's just not something I thought I would see, but I mean, it's okay against the Invoker because, Invoker wants to right-click you a lot.
Antab, who's got a haste room, hunting down. There's coming support from the AA. Here's Chilling Touch, and we're going to see the first blood right now. I think we are. Antab is going to be getting on the Sand King. Haste is worn off, so he's not going to be able to chase with that Witch Doctor, but already, not even a minute from the buzzer going, we got the first blood decided.
So the Lycan used Howl a little bit late there, huh? If he'd used it when they first started trading hits, I think the Venom's still going to die, since the Sand King can just run away and the Venom doesn't have that luxury, but it might have been more compelling. So, yeah, a little bit late on the Howl there. Maybe he just didn't call for it, and his teammate was like, well, I'm not going to help you out because you shouldn't have been there in the first place, so you deserve whatever happens.
So Ichigogogo is actually going very aggressive in mid, but he's backed off a little bit now.
Yeah, well, he's got a poor man's shield. It doesn't take any damage.
He can YOLO all he likes.
It looks like this aggressive tri lane is succeeding, though. I mean, the Void is kind of afraid to come up to the lane. They don't, like, the A can't do any, it has no defensive abilities whatsoever. It's not like an Earthshaker or even the Witch Doctor. So, I mean, if they go on the Void has to leap away, and he can only do that so many times. Plus, he's going to take a lot of damage, so playing really carefully, which is good. At the same time, the Sand King may be going to make something happen mid, but no, there's an Ops Ward that's going to... Natsu shouldn't get caught.
Yeah, he should be very well. He's backed off immediately from that, and so instead Antab might take a dive on top lane, which aren't being quite as careful. Witch Doctor, though, I think he's pinged out. But they're moving forward, so we might see a little bit of action right now. I think Void and AA positioned slightly more aggressively. It's pretty difficult for them for Antab to move on this without it being kind of a suicide maneuver. I think he just wants to stack up his camps instead. He's been getting quite fortunate down on this medium camp, not getting any mud going in.
Yeah, that is quite nice actually. I mean, yeah, he had the invis and they had already the first bloods, and their initiation is something. Oh, disappointed you up so far, but just barely not in range for that stun. Void could have walked on him, but that's a really risky thing because then Energy can kind of turn around. But yeah, I mean, if Antab had gone and tried to make the stun there, not that time, but when he was invis from behind, there's a pretty good chance that they would lose because, like I said, I mean, you're using Chilling Touch, which is like typically a tri-lane crusher because of Chilling Touch, but with 2 melee heroes along with the A, you're not going to get a lot of hits off, so...
Yeah. So Gron is just being a pain in the ass down in bot as well. He's just blocking every single camp. Random heroes just waiting, and well, it's not too difficult really, to be honest, for Random to deal with it. They're just both getting a lot of farm together.
Yeah, well, Gron killed at least one time Random Heroes Eidolons, so he's a little bit ahead on CS.
Okay.
But still, like, I mean, a bit further ahead than maybe he should be, although I think the lane probably does favor the Darks here. And also, trading farm here, typically, like when you put a carry safe lane and the Darkseer trades farm with him by group skipping, it's actually favorable for the team with the carry. Oh, and Inferno are going to be forced to leap away up here top. But here, I actually think the Darkseer's farm is a little bit more significant than the English.
Oh, this could be it. Bye-bye. Zera He's going to hit the deck. We've got Disappoint, though, chasing. Nice little stunts. And Fennecoin might hang out, but this backtrack just getting rid of it. A little bit of body blocking from Watson's. It's just stopping everything from hitting him, but there's just enough rage. And Disappoint will get a kill on the Faceless Void. That was semi-close to survival, though. Surprised there wasn't any salve or anything up on him. That's a shame for Void.
Well, it's not really a shame for Void. He deserves to die there. That first hit bash was kind of nasty. And that's especially bad for Energy, because his lane right now, it's 2 versus 3. I mean, the Sand King has gone to the jungle, he's got level 3, and he's sandstorming, so they need to be winning this lane quite hard. And obviously, like, the Lycan's out CSing the Void, but if Dire's trading kills, now admittedly it was support for a carry, so Energy's still going to be happy with it, but they've got to do more than this. And they're going to rotate for the Sand King, but they actually have no detection, so they can't do anything there. And I guess they're going to just hope to get to this Elder Titan in mid. 4-man shield. You're not going to be enough for this. He's up way too far forward, and he knows the support's too, so it's just silly.
Yep, this is going to be a kill. Let's go. Stepped over the line. No way you're going to be able to run, buddy. And there's 2 for 2 at the moment. Let's have a look at the farm standings. And, well, Ichigogogo still finding ways to get over 1,000 gold ahead, 5 minutes into the game. And I'm just going to try and take Elder Titan's spot for a moment.
Most of that, I would say, is just on the back of the Darkseer bottom. Enigma relatively soundly, and then obviously the Sand King being able to get something in the jungle. I mean, the Invoker doing well in the mid. The Elder Titan's beating him, but I don't think that's so much the Invoker's fault. I mean, until he has the phase boost, the Elder Titan should probably be able to outlast hit him, especially since he did get that 4-man shield. It's not really like he can be harassed that effectively. And with the change to Cold Snap, obviously he's definitely worse until he gets a few levels.
Yeah. There's still the Ichigogogo guys finding themselves on top of the gold charts. Well, sorry, in front of the last hit charts without a problem. And Gron, you gold farmer, you.
Yeah, he's gone for a rather greedy, well, a farmy, alright, not even a farmy, like a regen-y, I guess that's the way I want to put it, build. Like, he's gone Soul Ring plus Bottle, which isn't very common. Usually you get one or the other. Typically the Soul Ring, although sometimes the Bottle if you're going to control the rune for your team. But here he's actually gone for both of those. But I guess it's let him accelerate his farm, so.
Oh man, there's that Iron Shell being annoying, but actually Enigma doing a good job of getting rid of it very quickly. Sand King's actually going to have a really nicely timed blink. The way he's farming, he's completely undisturbed. They're not stopping him whatsoever. Yeah, he's probably going to have it easily by 10 minutes. Maybe sooner.
Wolf's going to come spot this out, but yeah, definitely going to be by 10 minutes on this blink. Oh, Wolf, nice try. I wondered if he would go for that. Good micro by Disappoint, but didn't quite get it, and Wolf I think would have timed out if he tried waiting another second. Yeah, that's really scary because the Lycan hasn't gotten enough levels out of this to really be to the scary point that he needs to be let yet, since it's a Lycan aggressive trialing. So it's going to be very easy for this Sand King to put a lot of pressure on the Lycan while the Lycan's still trying to catch up.
Isn't Lycan usually better though when you're playing on the Dire so that you can get easier access to Roche?
Yeah. Oh, Ichigo. Oh, they missed the Gale.
Oh, this could be nice. All the time he's popped out his ult, so he's going to be doing a bit of damage, but Veno with double damage. Is he going to get the last hit? Oh, they're missing. Upward dodge. Is he going to try and deny himself? Is it going to work? No, Invoker just manages to get that last hit. And it's going to be Lycan, who's got a little bit of space to himself at the top, so maybe he'll be able to get his level 6 very soon.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He might need
Yeah,
to
I mean,
just
typically
smoke up into Roche or something.
Would be willing to give away Lycan if you're on the Dire and the other team's on the Radiant, just because you know they don't have that Dire advantage with the Lycan, like you said. But, I mean, it's still definitely a top pick for either side.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Elder Titan, I mean, he deserved to not deny himself to the Ancients there, since he did get those 2 lucky misses uphill. And that was a DD Venom, like you said, so hitting quite hard, obviously. I think if both those had hit, then he would have died immediately. If one had hit, then maybe. Meanwhile, Gron, pretty close to having his mech done, actually. Whereas the Enigma, well, also getting reasonably close, although not quite as close.
Yeah, not far away. Not far away. Ichigo's been feeding, though, to be honest. Definitely, that's certified feeding stamp of approval from myself.
Yeah, he's had a tough situation, but I don't know. The thing is that when the supports leave top with a smoke gank, he doesn't necessarily know they're coming from him. Like he should back up, and it's his own fault for that first time he died. The second time, well, he was going for a rune. That's a little bit less his fault. Although technically you shouldn't go for a rune if you can't see the enemy supports either. But Sand King with the blink. Gonna be up in 5 seconds, gonna go for the lagging top. But yeah, so when the supports leave top, they could be going for the Sand King in the jungle, or could be going for him, so that's like the one problem. Oh, Invoker managing to kill him, Darkseer bottom, but Sand King gonna set up a big ultimate top, and this is gonna hurt.
This is gonna be big. We've got a one-more combo coming out over here. There it is, nice moves there from Antab. We've got a stun. He's gonna... Oh, I thought he picked up 2 there, but Fist's voice gets the last hit, and then Zera's going to die as well. And this is surely just time to push top tower.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even really blame Energy too much for what just happened there. That's just a nice farm by the Sand King. I mean, you could blame them saying that they didn't like pressure the Sand King in the jungle or anything like that, but they got 2 rotation kills on the mid. Although I guess that's less important than killing the Sand King, but they didn't have detection. I mean, all things considered, there wasn't a lot that they could have really done that differently, and they were just kind of set up to fail there. I guess probably by 10 minutes, like they just needed to keep a timer in their head and be like, all right, at this point, since we haven't disrupted the Sand King at all, he probably has his blink, so we need to leave this top lane. You know, just put like Darker said, like an offlane Venno or something out there, just to leech a little bit of experience, maintain a little bit of pressure on the Void, and have the Lycan rotate into the jungle or to the safe lane, whereas the Enigma goes into the jungle. Although I guess. Well, now that he has the Vlads, yeah, he could do decently Darkseer, although Enigma's probably still a little bit bad.
Yeah. And Void looks like he's going to be going HOD to begin with. I think Enigma's calling out. He really wants some help with Gron at the moment. He's getting fed up with this. Got one Mana Fist onto Gron. What levels he picked up? It's actually maxed out, so there's going to be one more stun. Now Disappoint trying to help him out, but have they got another stun? We've got Fnatic going up onto top. Is there going to be range? Oh, he just managed to get the fast cut, but there's nothing to bounce with. But here comes the Invoker. That's a kill, shutting down Brawl for the second time now, I believe. That's a good kill for the Invoker, actually. A really good kill.
I don't think it'll be HOD. I think it'll be a Mask of Madness on the Void.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, really a big pick off on the Darkseer. I mean, the Darkseer did still not finish his mech, actually, so that... Wait, unless it's on the courier? No, not on the courier. So yeah, hasn't finished his mech yet, so that's pretty big. Ichigo has an Invis rune here, but I don't really know what he's going to do. Oh, Invoker picking up a solo instant apparition kill.
I'm watching them push down at the bottom, and actually... The Energy guys are finding 2 of their players at the top farm at the moment, but whether or not that's going to hang around for a long time is to be debated, as we've just got another kill. Witch Doctor going to die. But this is actually alright play from Energy.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely playing a lot more crisply in this game than they were in the previous game. They did lose the one bottom. They got a support kill top, so that's pretty much a negligible trade. And Ichigo committed a lot to bottom, and Energy might get this tower top. Oh, Zera. Oh, that was very careless of you. You're gonna tick down to the A ultimate, it seems. Yeah, wow. Just barely survives there. Didn't actually have the math on that, but yeah, he's gonna TP out before this hasted Elder Titan finds him.
Oh, he's a little bit slow, but he's managed to find Shanks. Is this going to be enough? Can you chase him out? How long has he got left on his haste? Don't know if it's...
Well, he can just Tornado it off. Tornado removes runes.
Wow, this is actually some really good damage from Shanks. Put on the MP, and can he find the last couple of hits as being a bottle charges being used, but there aren't any left. He has got the wand, which is just going to pop now. Is it going to turn around? Oh, it's going to be Invoker getting the kill first, but... Oof. A nice kill for AA as well.
And the Sand King gets a pick off with the Darkseer on the Lycan who's farming the jungle. Shanks, if he'd actually EMP'd there earlier when he tornadoed... Well, he actually, I think, only has 2 points in Quas. Maybe, yeah, no, 3 he had 3 points in Quas. So, still tough to hit the EMP off the tornado, but maybe when he cold snapped, if he cold snapped after the tornado, he probably could hit the EMP, and then he wouldn't have had to chase so far. It would have been a pretty easy kill, but still... Nice manning up there by him, and just a little bit careless, I guess, I would say, by the Elder Titan to chase that far with the haste rune, knowing, obviously, that the Tornado does actually remove runes from Hero.
I think they might be feeling a little bit overconfident after last game, to be honest. And this could be causing them to make... I wouldn't call them slip-ups, it's just kind of like cocky moves, you know? And actually, Zera coming in, has he got his... No, he hasn't skilled it, actually. And here comes Void. AA coming in with the Ice Blast. Have we got any more help? On two of them, we've got Black Hole, but it lasts for about a fraction of a second. At this point, going to be cornering in Infernocoil, but did he get out?
Yeah, he actually didn't... I mean, so Disappoint thought he could chase him in there. I mean, alright, I'm going to assume that he checked his mana. Saw that the Void didn't actually have any mana, so he's like, alright, I'm going to corner him in here and he's going to die. But the Void had Magic Stick charges because Martin buys Magic Stick and was able to jump out of there. So, I mean, Void was looking for it, Energy gave it. I'm not sure if that was like a semi-bait from Energy since they had the Tornado EMP ready as well as the Black Hole, but, well, it didn't work out.
No, absolutely. Now we can get another push into it. Oh, and just missing a stun. That would certainly have been a kill. It's good to be whiffing completely. Good play though there from Shanks. Denying that kill onto him. He's 5 for 1 actually. Shanks has had a great game, in fact.
He's going to get the Force Staff as well, which is going to make it more difficult for him to get caught. Well, he needs to get caught in the Chrono, but I think the biggest threat for them is less the Chrono. Obviously, the Void has been shut down significantly. It's just that Sand King. And speaking of that Sand King, I'm going to disappoint bottom here.
Is this going to be it for him? Disappoint? Can he make it out? Chase around the tree lines, but he doesn't have anything doing. Gron can just chase up for an easy kill in the end. But whilst he's dying, the rest of his team are pushing up onto the tier 2. And they're actually getting a lot of damage done very, very quickly. Ice Blast coming in and then not ending out of the way. So that is 4 men being hurt significantly.
Yeah, and the Ancient Apparition managed to pick up a Midas, so he's going to transition quite nicely into his Aghanims. Also, I've got to say this, I really don't like his choice to max Chilling Touch here. Typically I think this skill build is fine, but if I was him in this game, like I said, with the 4 melee teammates, I would almost certainly go for Ice Vortex maxed as my first actual thing maxing. Like, I know, like, it's like the most debatable hero, like what ability you should max first, because all of them like only kind of do stuff. I mean, Chilling Touch does a lot in the laning phase, but after that, and Disappoint, getting Chrono. But yeah, here with all their magic damage, the Ice Vortex would be very good, and the Chilling Touch I think is quite bad. It's actually very bad, like even for the Void, because like the Void you actually want him having the attack speed so that he can trigger bashes, and the Chrono not actually having his attack load.
Kind of got a little bit of a standoff as well, making them not committing anything. His Black Hole's almost up again, so maybe he's going to feel hungry to press a charge. No blink though on him at the moment. Is this would he want to go blink, or would he just want to go for a BKB instead and just stand? Well, sort of walk his way into a team fight?
I don't think he can rely on the BKB Chrono. It's too likely that he dies during the Chrono if he has the BKB, so I think he has to get the blink. The thing is, he went for treads, which I usually don't like on Enigma.
What if he gets
but I guess it's just
the Black Hole first before Chrono comes in? That could be...
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, the Void is always gonna, like, not... He's, like, it shouldn't ever happen that the Enigma is able to find the Void in a position where he can Black Hole the Void, because the Void is almost always gonna look to jump and Chrono someone, you know, like, when he finds an opening. Speaking of openings, poor Sync, or I mean, poor Zera.
Oh, Zera drops his ulti, but nicely done. I'm actually popping his ulti to finish getting that kill. Well, nice and efficient. He's going to have to wait a fair cooldown on that. But at this point, we've got Wish Doctor and Lycan. They're taking down Rosh. This is actually very nice. I don't know if they were spotted up. Did they pop a smoke to get in there?
I have to assume they did. Can't imagine that they would do something like this with 2 heroes and not have popped the smoke for it. So yeah, this is going to be free Roshan, but I'm not really sure that that's going to be that significant. Especially because a lot of times, the A is going to get scouted out too. I think. Oh no, but they're going to get it first, so it's okay. But a lot of times the Void's going to chrono the ulted Lycan, so if Lycan comes back without his ultimate, he's kind of like worse than useless.
Yeah, I mean he's not the best Aegis carrier, to be honest. But who else are you going to give it to? Give it to the Invoker?
Yeah, you definitely give it to the Invoker. The problem is just that the Invoker couldn't be there. Action top.
Distracting the rest of the team. Actually, Shank was moving in for a second, decides to back away as there's a surge sending Ichigo down south once more. And he's going to. So he does actually manage to land it on Zero, but can he get sufficient damage? Grom's going to chase him into the trees, but a nice little ward blocking them off. That was really well played actually by Zero. I like that. And actually, Shanks, that might not have worked. Vacuum is going to slow down Shanks, and he's walking around. That is not quite going to hit him, and he can't find him at all. He just sends out a random tornado, and Gron is going to pick up a kill. Oh my god, Ichigo, you lucky, lucky bastard.
Yeah, I think Shanks is just kind of playing this one for himself. I think he has a similar understanding it's not extremely likely for his team to win. So he's just kind of like doing his own thing, trying to beat people 1 versus 1. Tried a couple times to get kills on the Elder Titan, and I mean, I don't. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
out of his entire team, he's probably been having, I'd say, arguably the best game.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, he's definitely, I would say, the highest skilled player on this team of Energy. So, like, it's not surprising that he can play at a pretty high individual level. But I don't know. I don't think it's really gonna have that big of an influence. I mean, on the other hand, they do have a Lycan who also farmed well. He's now caught up in levels. I don't personally like his decision to max Feral Impulse over Roar or Howl, since especially with the Enigma on the team, Howl's excellent. But I think Howl's almost always a choice anyway, even after the nerf. But he does have a.
Shanks, just as we were saying such nice things, like, oh, the black hole comes in, but it's not going to mean anything. Oh my god. Enigma just completely evaporated over there. Zera, is he going to go down? It was about at this point in the first game that we were seeing GG's getting called out, maybe not for long after, a few minutes later. And now it looks like they might have just opened the door wide open to start pushing down mid. Nicely done for Ichigo, just picking that moment beautifully then.
Yeah, and Witch Doctor, they're pretty far as well. The Blink Sand around. He needs to be really careful, yeah, and he's actually dead. Sand yeah, there you go.
I don't know if he's going to get this axe before the game goes down, so I think suddenly these guys are just going to push ridiculously hard. They're going to run out of space for doing what they want to. Uh-oh. Oh my god, this is the point. There goes Aegis, and well, he's not going to have his wolf form anymore. Are they going to be able to find him once more? They've tried to slow him down, but TP'd out.
Yeah, I mean, it was smart TP out since he knew. I mean, I didn't actually see, but the Sand King obviously blinked Burrow Strike in to catch him, and that's how they get the first kill. So it's pretty unlikely that Sand King would have the Burrow Strike back up when he came out of the Aegis, and it was just barely not quite on cooldown yet, or off cooldown yet. So was able to safely TP out of there. But losing Aegis, like we said, not such a big deal since he's not an amazing Aegis carrier. Still, I don't know. It was basically the only thing that Energy really had going for them at this point in the game, other than, like you said, to some extent, Shanks' individual performance. But the Void actually ended up going essentially the item build that I thought. I thought he'd go for a Midas, but he had a pretty rough farming time early in the game, so he went for the Lifesteal instead, so he could farm the jungle, and obviously just went the Mask of Madness to because it's fun, and then into the Maelstrom, and then gonna.
Yeah, he's looking quite good at the moment. He's been catching a nice effect. Gron, of course, is the master of farm. I said, and well, we've got another chrono coming right here, back on Shanks again, but he's being slowed down a lot by that Malefice, so Shanks should be able to get away. Is he going to be able to turn the fight around? I don't think there's a black hole. It should still be on cooldown, but they, wow, well done. Energy finding themselves 3 kills. And they haven't lost any just yet, but just until Antab comes in, and he is loading up his ulti. He's going to be walking around, but stunned by the Malefice. And Lycan actually died somewhere along the line.
Yeah, the Aghanim's ultimate from the AA actually basically killing off all of Energy.
I wasn't looking around. I was very much focused on the Sand King just there, but really nice timing on. Oh, he's going in again. Oh my god. Hey. Okay.
Rampage. Oh no.
He missed the timing.
He missed the timing. God, that's too bad.
Wow. That AA just... Let's have a look at the kills actually. 9 for 1 AAs. Died the least. And then there's Grom next in the Darkseer, followed by Invoker 5 for 4, but...
AA is the highest level in the game.
Oh my god, you're right.
Oh, I can't believe it. And that's brilliant, he's just got his level 16, so he's going to be hauling ass even more than he just did. Well, what item does AA go for now?
Whatever the hell he wants.
I guess he can go for a Yules to try to make solo kills.
He doesn't need solo kills, he does team kills.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe straight into a Hex, he'll have it in a couple minutes anyway.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I mean, like, with that level 3 ultimate against heroes like this, well, the Witch Doctor is actually pretty tanky, so I guess I was going to retract the statement I would make there, but... Oh.
Just missing out on that one. Antab almost regretted going in, but... Oh, I think he... No, he didn't. I was misreading that animation. Uh-oh, vacuum in. That's going to hurt onto Shanks and Fnatic. They're going to come in. Wall is dropped as well. Black hole, but there's nobody else to help him. Zero turns up. I don't even know if his ult hit anyone. I think it might have caught the edge on... Oh no, it did. It caught Darkseer. Has he got any healing whatsoever? He's going to have to possibly pop bottle charges, but Antab is just going to walk in and finish off the Venno. Oh yeah, Ron's absolutely fine over there. And they're not actually that injured, the Ichigo players.
No, Venomancer only level 10, so level 1 ultimate. Doesn't deal that much damage. Ugh. Yeah. Well, and there's the GG from Energy. The Friday night GG, so...
I think so. I think they realised they can't do it. This some really rocking play from Ichigogogo like that. Okay, anything you want to add to this?
It's pretty dominant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so much for what Knoxville was saying about South African Dota, huh?
Yeah.
Well, do we
Feels
know
good.
Where's he streaming the last game, actually?
I don't know if he was streaming it, he just said that he was going to cast it. So maybe just in-game.
Okay. Right,
I'm going to hop over to that game, though, for sure.
Can I snipe him? I might try and do that. Let's see if I can...